everybody, today we're going to be teaching you how to use the BlueSoft ad server and how to install it. After downloading the package, what you're going to want to do is FTP the entire contents of the folder up to your website. You're going to want to open config.inc, which will include your database settings. Here you'll enter your database username, password, and the database. Here you're going to enter the URL of your website. This is the salt, which is used to create passwords. Make sure to change this for your installation, but do not change it after going live with the website. After FTPing the files up to your server, point your web browser over to your installation and go to install.php. This will bring you to the ad server installer. Be sure to modify the config file before running the installer. When you're ready to run the installer, simply click Run Installer. As you can see, the install was successful. You can now go ahead and delete install.php. We're going to go ahead and log in here using the default admin. And here we are in the BlueSoft ad server. We have the home page, which will give you alerts, the statistics, which of course there are none yet, inventory, which is where you'll manage your banners, websites, and zones, and the settings. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and change the admin password, the old password being admin. We'll go ahead and change that to admin. Of course, you're going to want to change this to something else. Go ahead and save that. Next, we're going to go ahead and set up our first website. You simply click New Website. Click on the new entry. We'll go ahead and change the name of this to Sample Website. Now that we have a website set up, we can set up a zone for the website, which is where an actual banner would be displayed. So we'll go ahead and click New Zone. Click New Entry. Go ahead and change the name of this to Sample Zone Header. And we'll go ahead and say 728 by 90 for the size. Make sure it's set to the sample website. The change banner every seconds option will reload the page and change the banner every set seconds. If you don't want to use this feature, simply leave this at 0. Be sure to also set the dimensions for the zone, which in this case would be 728 by 90. We'll go ahead and save that. Now our zone currently doesn't have any banners linked to it, so let's go ahead and add a new banner. Give that a new name. We'll go ahead and say this is an HTML ad. And this is where you'd go ahead and put in your HTML code for the ad. If you're using AdSense, you just copy and paste the AdSense for the banner right here. Go ahead and again set the dimensions, 728 by 90. We're going to make this an active banner so that it will show up. And the weight, which is the probability of this banner being shown over other banners, we'll go ahead and set that to 1. Save that. Now you can also see in here we have limitations for the banners. We can set a total number of impressions to be shown, or a total number of clicks to be shown, as well as a time frame for the banner to start and end. We're not going to do that here. We'll just leave these all at 0, so it will be shown unlimited times, clicked unlimited times, start immediately, and never end. Then we're going to go into the zones once again. Click our sample zone. And now we see we have the sample banner available. We'll go ahead and click the linked option and click Save. Now when we click on here, we can can see that we have the banner is linked, and the probability of it being shown for this zone is 100%, because there are no other banners and there are no limitations on the sample banner. Now, to display this zone, we're going to go to invocation code. This code right here, you're going to just simply copy and paste it into the HTML where you want the ad to be displayed. Now we can see a sample of the ad here. This is what would be displayed in the zone on the actual page that the zone would be displayed. And you can see each time we reload it, it's the same ad because we only have one. So let's go ahead and add another banner. Let's give this the same dimensions. Remember, the dimensions for the banners has to be the same as the dimensions for the zone in order for it to be able to be linked. Now let's go ahead and give this a weight of 2. So this will have a higher probability of displaying than the other banner we set up. Let's go ahead and say I am 2. Okay, let's make that active as well. Save that. Now we go back to zones, back into this zone, and you see now here we have the option of linking this banner as well. Let's go ahead and do that. And now you can see that the weights are applied to the banners and the probabilities are calculated. So the sample banner 2 has a higher weight and therefore a higher probability of being shown on the zone than sample banner 1. So let's go ahead and go back to our zone and reload. And here we see we have banner 2 show up. Let's try that a few more times. Banner 2 once again. And there's banner 1 again. Now that we have our zones and banners set up, we can go into statistics, and we can see that for today we have had 7 impressions on our sample website. Now we can drill down on the sample website by zone. There's our sample zone, and from zone by banner, and we can see that the sample banner 1 has had 4 impressions, sample banner 2 has had 3, and we can see the percentage of how often each banner was shown. Sample banner 1 was shown 57% of the time, and sample banner 2 43% of the time. We also have the clicks, which we don't have any clicks, and our click-through rate, which we don't have any because we haven't received any clicks yet. We also have the option of only viewing unique IPs, which, because we were one IP, you can see we've actually only got 1 impression. We can also print this current page, and we can change the time frame for statistics. We have today, we have the last 7 days, we have this month, and we have this year. And we can also go ahead and set a custom time frame, selecting the start and end date. And just click go. And of course there was no impressions or clicks for this time frame. Now one other thing I want to show you is the alerts for the home page. Currently we have no alerts, but let's say we went in here and let's set a limitation for this banner. Let's say we wanted to start on the 8th and end on the 15th. So now, because sample banner 1 has not shown up yet, we'll have an alert that says sample banner hasn't started. We can go ahead and change that to start on the 1st and end on the 3rd. And now we will see that it is ended. It will also show you the alerts and limitations of each banner under the linked banner option, where we can see that sample banner has ended. So it will have no probability of showing up, even though it is linked. This will also work for banners that haven't started yet, banners that have reached their target number of clicks and target number of impressions. Okay, now that should be it. Remember, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at contact@shopbluesoft.com or visit shopbluesoft.com and visit our contact page. Thanks for watching.